Hello guys, Brian back with a Singularity Net AGIX update here. I wanted to go over this coin here, alright? We were forming this falling wedge, alright? Now, temporarily we have broke down from it, okay? This is a Singularity Net on the daily chart. We're between the 50 and the 200 EMA right now. I'm going to show you some stuff here that I totally believe this thing's setting up for a bounce. This could be a total fake out, this breakdown. Let's zoom in here and let me show you this. Then we'll go over the technicals on this thing, okay? Usually falling wedges are a bullish pattern, okay? They usually break out of the top. Right now we have broke down out of that. It has come back and back tested it, okay, as resistance. We have that 200 EMA coming up there, roughly around 23 to 24 cents. That 200 is coming up here, okay? I don't know if it'll come down and touch that. And I did notice this is on the daily. We do have a a gap in the price zone right through here, okay, that it created back through here. It never came back and back tested this area as support, the breakout area. You can see all up through here. This thing broke out right here, okay, went up. We have never came back to back test that. Usually a coin will always come back to back test the breakout area. You know, always happens, no matter what. No matter if it's 6 months down the road or the next hour, usually you will get a back test, okay? We never got a back test of this area, which could be considered a gap, okay? A gap in price action. We could be coming back to fill that gap right there. If that moving average comes up there, like I said, at that 23 cents. I'm going to show you guys these RSIs, because these RSIs are getting to the point where they're getting extremely oversold and super bullish, okay, where you would be looking for a coin to bounce. Now, could we come down to that 23 cents and close that gap and have that 200 catch it? Absolutely. If Bitcoin has a breakdown and breakdown in price, that could very easily happen, okay? Do I think it's going to drop down below these levels down through here? Absolutely not. Let me go through these RSIs with you, okay? On the daily, we're at a 5.6 and a 19.7 on a stochastic, all right? By tomorrow morning in the United States, this is Sunday, that thing should be reset. We're at a 29 on the regular RSI on the bottom. We're approaching that oversold area. You can see down here. We are right down at the bottom of that, okay? That's on the daily. Let's go out to the weekly. Look at this. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, this is Sunday at 5 p.m. in the eastern United States, that weekly RSI is going to be reset, okay, by tomorrow morning. That's why I'm saying that if Bitcoin is forming a wedge pattern right now, okay? If it does break down from that, it's going to pull everything down, all right? How much of a fall could that be to close that gap out? 10 to 12% roughly, if it did, okay, if it did come down there with all these RSIs resetting and everything, especially this weekly. That's a huge one, okay? You can see what happened last time the weekly even turned up, was that massive explosion right through here. That might look like little moves, but if we zoom in on this thing, okay, you have massive price peaks all through this when this thing came to the top. Give you an idea, from the low to the high of that one, that's a 300% move, okay, from the low right here to the high. That was your high right up here on this thing. All right, so these weeklies, this one back here, last time the weekly was reset there, that thing shot up right from the low to the high, 141%. Okay, so they're not small moves when these weeklies reset. Now, can they take time to play out? That took 1, 2, 3. That took a month, 4 weeks. This here, over numerous weeks, this price action took place. Okay, this isn't going to happen in one day, obviously. But let's go back through. Let's look at the 12-hour. The 12-hour just turned up, and on the regular RSI down at the very bottom, way oversold, okay, on the 12. How about the 8-hour? The 8-hour down at the bottom is at a 35, and we are still bullish on the 8-hour heading up. We're at a 43 and a 37. All right, the smaller time frames, the 4-hour. The 4 hours get near the top, but look at the regular RSI on the bottom. This thing is nowhere near oversold. Okay, you can see how high these things can go. It can go up into the 70s up here. Right now we're at a 38. All right, so it's still extremely low. Okay, the hourly has just reset and is looking to bounce. Okay, so we could get a short-term bounce out of that hourly. So these RSIs are pointing to bigger, you got to zoom out and look at the bigger picture of this thing. Okay, in the short term, could we come down some? Absolutely. Could we start a massive rally anytime soon? Absolutely. I mean, especially this weekly RSI, you love to see that. That's the big one. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick, because if you're not real familiar with the market, Bitcoin runs pretty much runs the show. When it breaks out, everything breaks out. When it breaks down, everything breaks down. All right, you can see the wedge pattern this thing is forming, and you can see that 50-day moving average right there. It's using it as support right up through here. It's been bouncing off that. Okay, it's been wedging up. This thing's coming to a head for sure. Let's zoom out to the 12 and 8 hour on Bitcoin. The 12 hour, what we want to see is these RSIs. You can see the 12 is starting to turn back up, all right, which would be nice to see a breakout of this wedge. That would be fantastic. The 8 hour is bullish, and the shorter time frames, excuse me, the 4 hour has just reset and is getting to on its way up. The 1 hour is just turning up. Okay, on the RSI on the bottom, it looks like it's coming down, but the stochastic is pointing up. We do have a red candle on it right now. It's using that 200 right through here as support. So it's kind of a toss up here, with Bitcoin. All right, if it does break down out of this wedge, I would expect AGIX to come down and fill that gap. If we get the breakout of Bitcoin from here, that could send everything going, because this coin has been stale here for way too long. Okay, this downtrend has just been a killer. Okay, so we've been in it. Well, let's zoom out. Let's get out of here. Let's go out to the daily and look here. Right from this top here, we are down. We're down 53% from when was this? March 14th. Okay, we've lost 50% from there. I was looking at this, as a possible double bottom in here, but if this thing breaks down any lower, that ain't even gonna make any sense, because it's went past that point right now. So I'll be watching this price action like a hawk, guys. It has come down and wicked, down to that what was it, 27.47 area. But yesterday it actually wicked down, almost to the 26 cent area. All right, so I'll be looking for this thing to bounce within the next couple days. Like I said, we need Bitcoin to run. Could this be all the lower it goes? It could. I mean, we had this wick over here, that filled some of this price action up through here. So this could be a bottom. It absolutely could be a bottom. All right, this is a zone through here of, this is resistance down here, and this has been support up it through here. So I will be watching this thing very closely, and we'll see what we get, guys. So please hit the like and subscribe button. I would appreciate that so very much, and I will talk to you guys very soon.